Hey everybody, thank you for joining us. Welcome to Taking20 presents The Storm King's Thunder. My name is Cody, and with me we have four brave adventurers who are in the middle of taking on their Storm King's Thunder campaign. We have Cesare, which is our human Valarbard, played by Phil. We have Rivermire, who is our elf rogue assassin, played by Daniel. Chris is playing Malachi, our dwarven Circle of the Land druid. And then, of course, we have Bran, played by Brandon, our half-orc bear totem barbarian. And I apologize for the stream issues, but we're queued up, we're ready to go, and our players are in a really tough spot at the moment. As you can see here, Cesare is basically, or was, bleeding out as he was being surrounded and continuously attacked by these barbarians as our players explore this kind of giant temple in the near the spine of the world up north in the valley of Kedron. And at this point, Phil, through some very brave acts by Bran, our barbarian, has just kind of come back into consciousness, and that is where we will pick up. So, at this point, you're alive, Phil, and right behind Bran, as you see him kind of looking up at you, and Malachi's right there, you see another berserker raising an axe right behind Bran, and that is where we will pick up. So, as this barbarian who has been shot by Rivermire at the top of the stairs is kind of down on one knee, he rips the arrow out that was stuck inside of him, and kind of this little bit of blood goes bursting free, and with this rage, he picks his axe up, takes a huge step, and just comes swinging furiously at you, Bran, trying to take your head off. And I have a 25 for 20.
Yeah.
Slashing damage. Are you currently raging?
Yeah, I
just
raged last turn.
Okay, so you end up taking 10 as you're able to you're feeding Cesare the bottle, and right as he kind of comes back into consciousness, you just a brief moment of relief that Cesare is still alive, and then quickly coming back to the realization as you see this barbarian closing in on you, and you knowing that there's another one behind you, get your axe up in time, but this huge gash from the force of the axe kind of goes ripping down and across your chest, cutting through your skin, and you can feel it reach down into your bone. You kind of force it back, hoping that it didn't break any of your ribs. The barbarian behind you turns and does the same thing as he comes lashing up the steps. I have a 22 for 8.
That hits.
So this other one, you kind of fight this back off a little bit, and you can feel a sting as you kind of try to turn and push the other barbarian back a few steps, and you're taking significant damage. This one will come back up the steps and try to finish you off, Malachi. I have a 19 for 15 damage.
Ooh.
Wow. That takes
I'm
me
out
to
of health
0.
potions.
That takes you down to 0?
That would take me to 0. I don't think I have inspiration. Let me just double check.
Well, inspiration's not going to do much for you, my man.
Wait a second. I have that bardic inspiration.
Yeah, you do.
Which, since he's a valor druid,
You can literally use it on almost anything, yeah.
so I can add the number rolled to my AC against an
Yep.
attack.
Good luck.
You have to beat a 19. You currently have a 16?
And you get a
Yeah.
D10.
No, it's a D8 because he didn't use his loot.
He did use his loot. Because he used his loot whenever he cast Shatter too, which is all the same round.
That is true.
All right.
And with his magical loot, which by the way is laying just a few feet away from him at the top of the steps, you get a D10. Let's see what you can do with it.
Oh!
Oh my gosh.
As this barbarian, you kind of are relieved as well. You see Bran, and you kind of see him fight off, and you're so out of it. As you turn in time, you try to raise your weapon, but it's too late. You see the axe come down and crash right into your clavicle, shattering it and dropping you into unconsciousness.
Oh boy.
Brad turns to Malachi. Malachi, we just cleaned you. No.
At this point, Harshnag will go. Harshnag finally, for the first time, being able to reach opponents in time. Let me just do this. He steps up to the barbarians and see you guys go down. Oh, the Harshnag will save you! Hold on, little ones! As he comes crashing down in with his great axe, just swiping these big white swaths at these barbarians. And I have and a 2. Oh my gosh. Okie doke. Yeah. So, let me do this here. As he goes crashing down into these 2 berserkers in front of him, and he hits the second one so hard with so much just fury that you see him go crashing against this ledge in front of you, Rivermire, and he kind of slumps down to the ground. That brings us over to Cesare, who is breathing barely with a immense stinging pain in your chest.
So am I prone? Am I laying down right now?
You are prone. Yes, it'll take half your movement to stand up.
Okay, but then I would still have a full action?
Yes, it just takes half your movement to stand up.
Got it. So first thing... Go fuck yourself! Has Dissonant Whisper on...
Ping him!
Just, I don't know, whichever one is gonna move soonest. I guess this homeboy over here.
Okay, so you want let's see, Dissonant Whisper's Wisdom.
It's a wisdom save.
Oh yeah, it's definitely fail.
Fuck that guy. So now
So
he
he's
has
gonna
to,
take 12.
and he has to run as far away as he can from me.
Okay, got it.
And fucking healing word on Malachi.
Just quickly thinking and looking down at Malachi, you just instinctively start forming the words in your head, and you can feel your magic pulling on the weave as Malachi slowly begins to glow just ever so slightly. These soft little beads kind of flake down upon him and are closing up the big gash in his clavicle, and you can even hear like kind of the as they start to kind of reform right there. And Malachi, you come busting back into consciousness as well. Also prone on the steps.
Yeah.
Oh, but I'm
Seems to be a recurring theme.
Yeah.
prone means disadvantage for melee attacks, but advantage for ranged attacks, right?
That is
Wrong,
correct.
opposite.
Opposite? Disadvantage
yeah,
for
yes.
melee?
It's
No,
advantage
disadvantage
for melee.
range.
I meant
And
on
advantage
me,
for melee.
so when somebody's attacking me, if they're...
It's harder to
If they're
shoot
melee,
somebody with a
yeah.
bow when they're laying down. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right, so I'm gonna stand up.
Yeah.
All right, and so that will bring us to actually these guys, because I went in a different order here, and these guys will return and retaliate to the best of their ability. This guy will stand up woozily and come join the melee.
Hey, where's that guy now? The one who
13,
He moves on his turn.
18,
Oh, sorry.
16, and a 25, and his AC is 21. So we have 2. Okay, so 9, 13. And they're all engaged in Harshnag, and you can kind of hear them yelling down the hall, Ustumakonda, Isana, Hiramaka, Singa! And they're kind of like just crashing in and just swinging and swiping, and Harshnag seems to be handling himself even though he is taking his own licks. Malachi.
All right. I'm gonna reach back and cast Cure Wounds on Cesare. And I'm gonna do that at a second level slot.
Okay.
And alright, I can auto do that.
Just so you know, if this was Pathfinder, y'all would be pulling that shit.
Yeah, I know. Fortunately, it's not.
Just sit right in front of him and cast. That's fine. Okay, absolutely.
And then I'm just gonna, I mean, no mechanical difference, but just raise my shield up against the guy who hit me in the back, and sort of do a, bring it on, at him. Sort of back to back with Cesare.
Rivermire. You aren't really sure if what's going on with Malachi at the moment. You don't really see him moving between Harshnag kind of being engaged in this melee in front of you and him being kind of in the back at the top of the steps.
Cool. I'm gonna actually go back to where I was last round and take the bonus action hide. And then I'm gonna shoot that guy. Oh, I'm moving the torch, my bad. This guy.
Okay.
27 for 22.
It's good. You again, you duck behind Harshnag, you notch another arrow, you wait for your shot, knowing that he can't see you, and you fire off throughout the darkness, and it finds its mark, and you kind of see him just as he kind of pulls it out of his chest. Bran.
Okay, Brian still has his shield and scimitar in his hand, but he's just like, man, he just throws down the shield and the scimitar, gets out the great axe, and he's just gonna go ham on this guy.
Okay, go for it.
Reckless too.
Okay.
25
Yeah.
for 10. And if he's still up, I'll hit him again.
He is.
Crap. 9 for 15.
So the first strike finds its mark, but he's kind of on the high ground here, and he's able to back up too far out of your reach, and so he is stumbling. He's hurt. He has a huge gash on his leg here as well, and he kind of stumbles back against the door a little bit, trying to protect himself from you. This first one was for 10. Okay. And that brings us back to the barbarians, and that brings us actually to these guys. And he just yells out, "For tempos!" And he comes back down at you as hard as he can, trying to take your head off one more time. 15 for 6.
No.
This guy is going to run away. Would you like to take an attack of opportunity against him with your reaction?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. Not enough to get there, my man.
Malachi, you too.
Malachi, would you like to take one as well?
Yeah, I suppose I would. I don't think I've taken actually a non-shillelagh club attack before. But I do have that in here, I think.
Yeah, that's fine. He gets an attack of opportunity. He's only bracing himself with the shield up.
Well, if you're the one who said I'd get the attack of
No,
opportunity.
you get the attack. You get the attack.
Okay. Alright, I'm just going to use my shillelagh attack, but it should subtract...
I got you. Go for it.
Yeah. Alright, subtract 4 from, I guess, both.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh. So you kind of see your opportunity, and Bran turns and swipes, and he's out of his range. But you were one step quicker. You've got your shield up. You see this guy kind of turning away, letting his guard down, no longer threatening you. You're blocking the barbarian directly in front of you. You reach out and club him quick.
Yeah. Take that, you son of a bitch.
He appears to be unconscious at the bottom of the stairs. And then this one, barbarian, will immediately turn and try to retaliate against you, Malachi.
Oh, good.
Even though you have the high ground. I have a 24 for 8 more damage.
Oh.
Malachi is back on the ground.
Caked in blood, your head crashes against the top of the stairs, and you fall unconscious. Dying. Bleeding out. Harshnag will
It's Ossuary's fault.
Why do you barbarians never learn? And he's just crash, smash, cut, and he's just slicing through there. I have a... Wow. What are these guys? Oh my gosh, it doesn't matter against these dudes. Okay, dead. And... -1. He drops one, and you guys can hear the sickening crunch as his giant great axe slices through and crunches down on one of them, splitting him in half. The other one kind of barely gets its weapon up in time, and he just slams into it as well. Blood is flying everywhere, and that brings us back around to Cesare.
Cesare turns and looks at this one who just put Malachi down, locks eyes with him. You're next.
What is it, a wisdom save?
Yeah, wisdom save.
Isnama! No tricks! No tricks! And he's lining up another great axe blow against your friend laying on the stairwell, Malachi.
Oh, you know I'm using that bonus action to heal him.
You fade in and out of consciousness over and over and over again, Malachi.
Getting real tired of this.
Even though you are breathing, you are very, very light on blood and very, very woozy. That brings us to these guys, which is actually these purple dudes, who will turn and continue to attack. 13 is not even close, and a 8's not even close, and a 13 is not even close. Harshnag seems to kind of have his way as he's delivered a couple of vicious blows against these, taking one of the barbarians out, and now he is on the cusp of routing them. Malachi,
All right.
you are staring down at a barbarian who has an axe raised and is about to bring it down on you on top of the stairwell.
I will take the defense action and stay there.
Okay. You bring your shield up, kind of trying to shield yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
I assume you stand up.
Yes, definitely stand up.
Okay. And it would wash anyways. Rivermeyer.
I'm gonna aim for this guy that's fighting Malachi. Now that this guy's left, and I can kind of see that they are still not getting their stuff together and killing people like they normally do.
Okay. Okay. You're at advantage, or disadvantage, or advantage, or disadvantage. Ultimately, you can just take your attack as normal.
Why am I at disadvantage?
Aren't you out of range at this point?
130? Pretty sure my bow is 160.
160 for the initial?
Yeah, let me think. Let me see.
I thought it was 150, but
I mean, if it's 150,
No.
it doesn't matter.
yeah.
I thought it was 100, 300.
It
But I could be wrong.
is 150, 600.
Okay, you're good to go. Hey, give it to me, man. Yeah. Finds its mark.
What's that?
You're just picking off targets back there. How many arrows do you have left?
Not a whole bunch, like 15 or so.
Okay, so you're picking off your targets, and you're kind of waiting, and there's a lot going on with Harshnag in front of you, who is a very, very large target. But you think it's pretty easy, seeing this target a little lower on the stairwell than Malachi, that you're pretty confident you can get this over Harshnag without hitting either Bran or Malachi. Bran, you're up, my man.
Alright, yeah, he's gonna continue his reckless assault against this dude, trying to get him down. 23 for 12.
Against this guy in front of you?
Yeah, right here.
You absolutely drop him, without a doubt.
And then I'll take my second swing at this guy. 19 for 9.
You know that you outclass him as he charges back down at you, and he gets his blow in, but you kind of shake it off and use it to your advantage as you bring your axe up and cut it right into his side, taking the air from him. You quickly turn, shifting your hands back down on it, and then attack the barbarian behind you, also finding a significant injury.
But he's still up,
Absolutely.
of course.
I kick him in the balls.
Okay, and then the only guy up here
Bonus
remaining-
action.
This guy is unconscious. Let me remember that. For all intents and purposes, he's dead. And he will continue to viciously attack. He sees you, but he kind of locks eyes back down at Malachi and slashes back down at him with a furious blow. He is at disadvantage for you,
Yes.
but he also attacks at advantage, so he gets his first attack now. I have an 18 for 13.
Malachi down yet again.
Oh my gosh.
And this
Hopefully
time
still
the
some
injury
first level
is
spells.
serious.
That's right.
The injury is serious, and you can immediately, as the blade kind of rips down and over your axe, much higher than you anticipated originally, and he cuts right into your chest, collapsing your lung, and you immediately right back out as woozy as you were already. You drop into unconsciousness immediately, bleeding out
Yep.
and dying. Harshnag! Why do you little folk insist on this? As he continues to attack with his great axe. Oh my gosh. Yeah, way dead.
Which one? Does he send one flying off the bridge? I hope so.
No, it's 20 feet above, so it just would land. And yeah, he drops another one with the fury of his blows. Actually, goes sends the body of the young barbarian kind of flying and into the wall. Cesare, Malachi is down again,
Of course he
and
is.
this time you're just not sure. I mean, the blow looked vicious.
Don't use that tone with me. You're the one who got us
I
into
know
the
you're
situation.
totally the one who got us into all of this.
And now I'm doing great with 9 whole hit points. Is this dude have any metal on him?
No. He is heavily cloaked, and most of his cloaks are actually appear to be like some sort of a brown bear or maybe something along those lines, and is now soaked and drenched in blood. But even through that, you can see hints of just his bare chest underneath, and in some type of skinned pants to keep him warm.
Yeah, alright. Well, fuck that guy. Fuck you, guy. And I'm gonna do that at level 3, so that's another 2d6. Fuck.
It's a wisdom save?
Yeah.
Yeah, roll me the extra 2d6. Wow. Kind of smirking and furious and just heaving and in combat and took the lash from Bran. He brings Malachi down. He's already trying to come up again for another swipe at Bran, and he stops suddenly and just grabs his head and kind of drops down a little bit. Ah! Ah! As you see him just gritting his teeth and in pain. You know that your spell is working as you kind of lock into it, focusing on the moment of trying to keep Malachi alive.
Fuck yeah. And then I'm gonna heal him. And higher level, so I need to is level 2, so I need to roll another. I need to roll full spine.
2d4 plus.
Yep.
Plus 3. Alright. Does this get me a full 7, Cody, or am I still now
With
just not?
with 5e it does. With
All right.
5e it does. So you can only drop 2-0. You don't really go below that. Unless
Yeah,
it's...
no, right. I know that. I just meant like in terms of like having been unconscious multiple times.
I understand. You actually do the healing magic. Cesare is so focused at the moment and kind of adrenaline pumped and in the zone. He's able to kind of focus down. He casts the spell at a higher level, and he brings you back to life, back to consciousness. Anyways, you are still prone on the steps. All right, that brings us over to actually these berserkers, who. Astama temples, Astama kia, Isnan, as they are just engaged in a mortal combat, if you will. Not even close, and not even close. Not to Harshnag, anyways. Malachi.
So I'm sorry. Did this guy die? That's next to me?
No,
No, he is not dead.
he is not dead. This is the guy that kind of went and
Yeah,
reached up and
okay.
kind of grabbed his head.
Right, but not dead. All right.
And you have no idea what happened before that.
Yeah, true. All right. I'm gonna unsteadily climb to my feet, and leaning on my fearsome club. And I'm pretty sure that at this point it's me or him. Like one of us is gonna be dead real quick for good. Like I figure Cesare doesn't have too much more left in him. And so I'm just gonna take a whack at him and use Shillelagh in my bonus action. And that sucks.
You're not able to find your mark. You go to stand, and actually you don't even get your swipe in. You're so weak from it. You just don't feel like you got. I mean, you just didn't have the oomph behind the swing, and after just a moment of trying to lash out at this guy, you actually kind of get a little woozy and lose your balance on the steps a little bit, and end up trying to quickly grab the wall, huffing down. And that brings us over to Rivermire.
Yeah, Brent's got that guy. I'm gonna help homeboy kill people, cause that's what I do. They said this guy was already just like
They're both hurting.
They're both a few turns ago. Okay, cool. I'm gonna aim down, thinking that he's a clear shot. I'll even move for you, because it takes all my movement to do that little move. And then bonus action hide, and then not that one.
You're in pitch black at this point. He can't see you.
Okay, cool. So 18 for 17.
Yeah, no doubt. You line up your shot, you pop around Harshnag, you see the other barbarian attacking him from the side, and easily take advantage of him kind of enthralled with this combat with Harshnag, dropping him very, very quickly as he falls dead at Harshnag's feet.
Bran's not exactly sure if Malachi is just being clumsy, falling up and down, but he's just like, what the fuck, Malachi? And then he tries to take this guy out.
I give you are you freaking kidding me? Look.
11 for 9. 12 for 9.
Well, I would have shot that guy if I knew you were gonna roll that bad.
Even though he kind of, he's backed away so far, and he moves much quicker. He takes a step down, and he takes another step down out of your range before you even realize it. He is a few feet out of your beyond your kind of swath there. Do you want to move?
No, nope.
Okay, that brings us over to actually this guy, who is going to turn and run, and you guys both get your attacks of opportunity anyways.
19 for 11. All right.
Yeah. You're both there at the exact same time. So quickly taking advantage of it, you guys kind of see that he's moved beyond, and as he kind of finishes turning to run, still trying to shake off the spell from the psychic damage that Cesare caused to him. You both take advantage of it and quickly close on him and end his life.
I like to think my axe hit his back, and then his club just hammered it further into his back.
And that brings us over to Harshnag, who will probably get the killing blow for this combat. There is... Wow, that didn't make it. And that one did. Chris, describe Harshnag's killing blow.
Looking a little bit weary and just sorry to be killing small folk, but also happy that it seems like his small folk are okay. He just kind of like, the guy's looking up at him defiantly, and Harshnag just takes the axe and just kind of casually swipes it and takes his head off.
As the body just falls and then falls down to the ground. My little friends! And he just steps kind of
still
over the
alive.
bodies.
FYI.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, he's just at the
Well, we
edge
don't
of
know,
the
I
stairs.
guess,
You're
but-
not sure if he's alive or you just assume everybody's probably dead from their wounds. And he can look up. Do you live?
More or
Yes.
Ugh,
Of course I do.
that is relief to Harshnag. And he looks about. And he just
You sound like you
slumps
care
against the
about
wall
us.
and slumps down. You could say care. I would say care, yes.
Well, I think we all learned some very important lessons today.
I slapped Cesare in the face.
Is that any way to repay my heroic sacrifice?
Cesare, when we became blood brothers, this is not what I've had in mind. There's like a pool of blood that has to be at least like, you know, a third of the blood in both of our bodies, like combined and spilling down the steps around us. Like, do not do anything that foolish again. But I'm glad you're okay.
And
I would
you,
not
my
wish to lose family again.
you, my small, smelly friend. Well, I feel like shit.
Really? I feel wonderful. Could go on for days.
Rivermeyer, eat a dick.
I start searching bodies.
I just lean against the wall and hit myself with a healing spell.
Okay, so let me do this here real quick. What, how many spell slots do you have left, Malachi?
I have 1 second, 1/3, and 3 first.
1 second, 1/3, and 3 firsts?
Yeah.
And
That's what he said.
you want to piss off the dungeon master? Really?
I mean, I'm the guy that hasn't taken damage. Let's go.
Yeah, you're fine. You and Harshnag can just probably jump through this place. Cesare, what do your spells look like?
1/3 and 2 seconds.
We're screwed. We haven't even like.
You don't even have level 1
entered
spells
the
left.
dungeon.
Okay,
Game over, man. Game over,
This is
man.
the
I'm done. I'm done. Don't want to play anymore.
this is the first hallway in the dungeon.
Well, I have 88 plus 20 healing available to me between
This
all
game,
these.
man, when the frost giants come out to play, I don't know what to do other than shoot them.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have a lot of things that could have made this gone a whole lot better if, you know, certain people weren't.
Hey, I still have a potion, and I'm pretty sure you do too, Malachi.
I don't. I'd have to look at my inventory notes on that. I guess I wouldn't have used. Yeah, no, one of the ones I made. I do have one. That's true.
So, at the back of this hallway here, and as this is kind of going on as Cesare is searching the bodies, Bran, what are you doing during all this while he's searching in Rivermeyer? I guess I don't really know what Rivermeyer's doing either.
I didn't have a chance to ask.
I'm annoying the fuck out of Cesare. Each body he loots, I'm like there right before him. And if he goes to another body, I switch. I'm just in his way.
That's just like, you don't have to. I am getting for all of us. No, what?
And then I steal one of his health potions from his inventory if he lets me. I had to use my last health potion to revive your PS.
You know what? Fine. Take the health potion. I will stand behind you and let you run against all of the barbarians. It is the favorite pastime of you, apparently.
The much safer one too.
Just please, no more of that door trick, whatever you did.
Well, we
So,
know
Cody-
that now, don't we?
My question is as I move closer, do I see this guy moving?
Make a perception check.
I mean, okay.
Just beat me like a 10 to see if he can. I'm not gonna take your passive. Give me like a 10 to see if you notice he's still breathing.
So we have a race between Rivermire's murderous ways and Cesare finding him first.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you notice that one is still breathing, as you guys are
Yes.
kind of passing over.
As soon as I notice one is still breathing, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna get out my cool Leo dagger, and we're gonna start the fun times because I'm pissed.
Okay. While you kind of do this, Cesare and Briam, when you loot the bodies, you notice that most of the barbarians don't really have anything of value on them. They do have their axes, if you guys want. They're not the most well put together axes. Barbarians are known to even trade or more often than not raid others with other type of weapons, but these weapons have seen better days. The one thing you do catch is that there's a very, very nice great axe. Just nothing particularly unique about it. Just in a really nice shape that one of the headless body actually had on him. And as you kind of look over in the little bit of pool of blood that's even already starting to kind of freeze in this cold weather, you see something kind of shining sticking out of that little area near his decapitated head.
Which one of us gets to it first?
Bran does, because he is specifically trying to beat you to everybody.
Fair
And I have
enough.
higher movement speed. Okay, anyways.
And he's faster and not as woozy.
Yeah, so I investigate that shiny object. What do I find?
You look down and you see it's basically a little amulet.
Does it have any
And-
distinct
but-
markings on it?
It kind of does. It has almost this kind of metallic amber glow. Even wiping off the blood, you can kind of see that even behind it kind of has this orangey yellow tint to it. Almost kind of a metallic that catches a little bit from the torchlight nearby. Almost kind of looks like a cat eye as far as the shape goes, with a small beaded chain. And then there's some sort of a strange rune or marking. Almost kind of looks like an upside down person with a half sun.
If it has a chain, I will put on the amulet around my neck.
Okay.
Cursed amulet.
Well,
It takes your head off.
Do I?
Nothing
I see
nothing
him
happens
doing this.
immediately.
I mean, I see him doing this, right? Like he's holding it up, like, oh, look at this.
I would say yes, you do.
Yeah, a glowing amulet. Yeah, I think you
Yeah, it's not glowing. Okay, it's not quite
Oh,
glowing,
okay.
but it just has a little bit of a metallic sheen to it, if you will.
Does it look like anything that I've ever seen before? Can I do some kind of a check?
You can give me a knowledge arcana check.
Got a 9.
Do you think it definitely stands out from the rest of the stuff that these barbarians have on them? It's very nice and neat and crisp, and you think that may even be some sort of, I don't know, maybe a rune, maybe it's a symbol. You're not quite sure.
Hey, Bran,
Like it might be maybe it's a symbol of the tribe. You kind of look. You don't see any tattoos matching on or any markings like that on the barbarians. You're just not quite sure what it is.
Hey, Bran, that's a weird thing that you just found. You're just going to put that around your neck? Like, no big deal?
The other barbarian was wearing it.
Brad just completely ignores Cesare and goes straight to Malachi and say, "Hey, check out this amulet."
And so, yeah, Malachi,
What, am I
you
cursed
see,
again?
you
People
see-
can't hear me, get my mute thing. Speaking
I
gibberish.
forgot you were cursed by your god.
I give him inspiration for that. That's
Yes.
character.
Yes, for both of them actually, because Bran is definitely in character as well. So both of you guys can. I agree, Daniel. You both can be rewarded with inspiration.
All right. so I'll
FYI,
take a
for
look
those
at
of you guys watching on the stream or on YouTube, we're trying a thing that my buddy with Bugbears and Brews did, where he lets players decide when inspiration should be rewarded. So we're trying it out. We like the system so far. It's a good idea. At this point, Rivermire, while they're kind of bickering and arguing about this amulet, you, I guess, have pulled out your knife and you are standing over this barely breathing kind of. You can almost hear the kind of like airy breath of this barbarian laying at the end of the steps.
So, you see, here's what you're going to do for me.
Oh,
You're
he's
going to-
unconscious.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's out.
Okay.
He might even be dying. You're not sure.
Then I'll just slit his throat.
Do any of us notice him doing the throat slitting?
Yeah, but
Hey,
you're kind of
I
arguing
am-
about the amulet, and then you look over just in time to see Rivermire go, huh, and just quickly slit the throat of the barbarian laying at the end of the steps.
Hey, you moved me down a level the other time, so I was chaotic good and now I'm chaotic neutral. Just want to put that out there.
I have no problems with what you did. It's your character.
I just want to put this out there. Cesare does not give two shits that you just killed an unconscious dude after they literally killed him at least once.
I mean, yeah, Bob and Haskin did it.
They hadn't fucking just killed me and then axed me after I was dead. So yeah.
You're not also worried about the fact that they killed Malachi 3 times either?
I'm the one who healed him.
Speaking
Brand
of that,
tries
whenever-
to check out that axe on the ground. Is that anything? If he picks it up, does it seem anything special about it, or?
It's not particularly. It doesn't appear to be. I mean, the weighting of it is okay. It's not the most well-balanced thing. It does seem to have kind of an ornate handle, but as far as you can tell, there's nothing particularly unique about it. While you are kind of investigating this axe, you do see, with your dark vision, you see a small bag that appears to have kind of come loose from the headless bodies, the headless body kind of near their belt. And when you go to, or I assume you inspect it. I'm not sure. There's kind
I
of
go
a
ahead
small
and
little bag over
inspect
there.
it. Yeah.
You find 2 pearls in there, and it's kind of weighted down with these gems. So you find 2 pearls. You find 2 kind of transparent, watery gold-looking stones that you're not quite sure what they are. A couple more, a few more gems in there. Kind of a transparent yellow-green kind of a light pale greenish tint to it, and then a really dark, deep black opaque gem, and then another piece of amber in there. In essence, these will all be, when you guys go to trade these in or add them to your inventory, it's 7 gems worth 100 gold pieces each, roughly.
Okay.
Hey, Cody, can we get? I'm sorry to interrupt. Can we get a group loot thing again? That's the one thing.
Yes.
Add to this game.
I will add that for you really quickly. I didn't realize that wasn't done over here. Handout.
Okay.
Group loot.
I have group gold stored here.
And it's done. You guys have a group loot, and I'm going to put it in the party folder.
Okay. I guess go ahead and add those gems to the group loot.
And then you do have the axe if you want to maybe bag that or something along those lines.
So that was 8 gems, right, Cody?
7.
7? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I give the axe to Rivermeyer so he can put it in the bag.
All right, so Bran was showing me that amulet. Can I take a look at it too?
Yeah, absolutely. And if you want to make an Arcana check,
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
I as Bran hands me the axe to put in the bag, I pull out the giant's club and I just say, "Which one? Pick one."
It's an amulet, Bran. I hand it back. I think it goes around your neck, but I'm not sure.
I'm done with the club. I'm not gonna use that anymore.
Rivermeyer just and drops it on the ground. A little heavy for him.
Yeah, you're basically trying to drag it out of the bag. Just,
Pretty much.
probably weighs about 110 pounds or so. Really, really, really heavy. Okay. So, what do you guys want to do at this point? Harshnag seems to be resigned to letting you guys lead. And again, kind of what you're seeing is this huge, grand hallway that kind of leads up into these steps, into these 2 huge doors that are probably 40 feet tall each. On each side of the hallway, for those of you with dark vision, or that want to take a torch over there, you can see these gigantic ledges that are maybe 15 to 20 feet high on either side. That behind even the ledges, you can see these kind of pillars that kind of these big columns that seem to separate the room from even further back.
Are there any kind of statues or engravings or decorations on the wall?
Not on the wall, but definitely on the door.
I'm gonna
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Say,
No, you hang up.
I feel real beat up, and I think that if we can, we should find a safe spot to maybe patch up our wounds a little bit and try and recover from that entirely unnecessary beating that some of us took.
And just for the record, Chesray, because you were asking about it, the doors basically are they're about 30 to 40 feet tall, and they appear to be granite, and there are huge carvings of very, very large carvings, maybe 6 to 10 feet tall, in several different spots along the door. That appears to be some form of giant. You get the kind of impression gods, maybe or so, locked into battle with dragons.
Hey there, Harshnag. Big friend. Does this look like anything to you? I'm holding up the torch there, like checking it out, just investigating all around.
Oh, yes. The memories will come back to me. Yes, well, as you know, the giants and the dragons do not get along very well. We are the oldest rivalry here
So you
that
hate
has
them.
ever existed.
Do you hate them?
More than giants.
Speaking of that, your attire. How was that fight?
Maybe I didn't hear your what?
Your attire? His headdress?
Oh, I understand what you're. Okay, I'm sorry. I was like, wait, did I hear that right?
Yes, well, that is one worm that will not be coming back. Damn near took my eye out. But I do not wish to dwell on it. Let's just say Harshnag won.
Bam.
Cody, is there is this just one basically giant hall? Are there any like recesses or slightly out of the way areas that we could hide if we decided to camp?
There's ledges that you guys can see that are very tall, but beyond that, beyond the ledges, there's more space up top, and you can see it kind of recess back, and that's where those kind of those pillars are on each side, if that makes any sense.
Could Harshnag climb his way up there?
Harshnag could climb up, yes, no problem. I could also toss you up. Or
I do
perhaps
not-
you turn into giant eagle again.
I'll need to rest up. That was difficult magic, and my body's in no condition to do that again right now.
I still don't trust that magic. You're not going to cast that on me, Malachi.
God damn
Okay.
it!
All right, I
Rivermeyer,
won't.
you're absolutely going to cast that on you. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but he is going to turn you into a giant eagle if I have my way.
Then I'll make sure you'll never get your way.
I would like to see you try. I'm Russian now. Don't know why. Well, my
Glad that
lord,
happened.
my giant friend,
Yes.
I do not think that you need to throw us up there. However, I think that it would be a good place for you to spend a few hours. We are all extremely tired and we have burned through much of our reserve of energy. I do, however, still have the ability to create a safe place for the four of us to rest. But you would not fit inside. I do not want to see any harm come to you in this strange and foreboding place.
Harshnag got plenty of rest. Harshnag is fine. But, if you would like to rest, Harshnag thinks it is good idea. Smelly Dwarf looks a little wobbly at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're not
Malachi.
wrong.
Could you take a look at this amulet that I found?
I
That
did. I
showed-
rolled a 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was pretty sure that it went around the neck, but that's all I knew.
Perhaps you should ask the hollow bond elf over here. He seems to know things.
Rivermeyer, in response to your question, if you want to scavenge for arrows, I'll say that give me a D. You only fired. I'm thinking how many times you fired last round too, or last game. Give me a. I tell you what. Give me a D12, and whatever that is how many arrows you can scavenge, both from the shaman and from yours.
Whoa.
Your arrows are pretty much intact. You're very, very pleased with the special arrows that were given to you along with your blackened bow. God, which I forgot the name of. I can't believe I forgot the name of
Kahunir.
your bow. What?
Kahunir.
Yes, Kahunir. Yes. So the two Elvish brothers who ended up selling you your bow in Everland, their arrows seem in immaculate condition. Only one has broken, and you're able to scavenge an additional one to get to that 12 from from the shaman. She had an extra arrow on her body.
Was she carrying a quiver? Is that how she was carrying her arrows?
No, she seemed to just have it kind of tied down into a bit of leather belting,
Okay.
almost as though it was meant for that particular purpose.
Is she wearing anything like trophy-wise?
Fingers mostly, a nose, maybe an ear.
There's a
Okay.
dragon thing if you're looking for trophies.
So she has like no necklace or like any of that, like feathers or any of that in her hair?
No, she doesn't have anything like that. Well, she actually does have some feathers. There are a few eagle feathers, but mostly the reason you can tell that she must have held a place like that is another bit of kind of. It's hard to describe it other than a dream catcher that she's kind of fashioned into her focus. And then most of her markings were actually done through paint and tattoo. So she's not physically different or she doesn't have any fancy headdress or anything like that. But you're able to find a few feathers on her.
Cool. And I'll take her dreamcatcher focus and I'll like break off the part of like the handle and keep like the dream catcher, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, no problem. Just mark that in the group loot, or into the bag of holding. One of the 2 bags of holding.
So, what is plan exactly?
I think the smelly dwarf and I could use a rest.
Hmm.
Perhaps
Yes.
we should check above ledge and make sure that we are protected from this area. Or we can rest here in the hallway with these.
If you hold me above your head, do you think I could see over the ledge?
I tried to scale the ledge.
Yes, you're tall enough that if he kind of puts you up and raised you up, you could probably look over the ledge.
Does my 19 let me scale it?
Yes, it does. There is a kind of a foothold about 10 feet up that you can kind of jump to, and it's kind of several of these sconces, just these little insets, if you will. And yeah, no problem.
Cool. Is it? I mean, I'm assuming it's safe.
Well, I mean, you pretty much make it all the way up the ledge. And then as you get up there, you basically see a few insets in these columns in the wall with more sconces. These kind of just dark black plain sconces. And then in front of you, the pillars kind of break into another hallway. As you turn around with your dark vision, you can't quite make out on the other side, but you assume that it's probably pretty similar to this one based off of the way it looked when you were down and a little closer.
I yell down to the party. It's safe.
Very well.
I let down the rope in case I need to climb up.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we might
Alright.
as well climb up. that
Malachi's
rope.
gonna toss a cure wounds on himself and on Cesare. How are you feeling over there, Bran? Need a little pick me up?
I'm good. Thanks for asking.
All right. So 8 to Malachi and 5 to Cesare.
Cool. All right. Well, I'm assuming we're all up on that ledge now.
Yeah, if you want to be on the
Yeah.
ledge, you can be on the ledge.
We do.
And even
Yeah.
Harshnag will climb up.
Cool. Liamon's tiny hut time. Hey, so this is a ritual spell, which I don't really think makes any difference for a bard.
It doesn't use a spell slot as a ritual.
Yeah,
does not
ritual
use
just means
the
you
spell.
spend 10 minutes doing it, and then
It doesn't eat up a slot.
yeah.
Cool.
So basically, you don't have to save a slot for Tiny
Lemons.
Hut.
Okay. Cool. Good to know. Yeah. So I
So-
cast that and fucking.
All right, so if you guys are going to go ahead and hop in the Lehman's Tiny Hut and take a rest, then what I will need from you is the following. See, Brian has a inspiration, Cesare has inspiration, Malachi does not, and
I think I do from
Rivermeyer
last
does
time.
not. You think you do?
I have it checked on my sheet.
Okay, then I will trust you. So let's go ahead and take a quick break. You guys don't have to do anything with Skype. I've got that all handled over here, all correctly. For those of you guys hanging out with us on the stream, we are going to take a quick short break, and then we're going to come back and hit another 90 minutes to 2 hours in this game, and as these guys explore this place. So thanks for hanging out with us. We're going to take a quick break. We will be right back. Thanks, guys. We're back. We're just waiting on Chris's video to come back up, and we're going to jump right back into this thing. So, all right. So you guys are fully rested at this point, and so you guys have gone through, healed up a little bit. Harshnag has kind of paced around and walked around and watched over you guys for a little bit while you were in your tiny hut. When he had the opportunity to, when Rivermeyer kind of was rested and took over, he was able to get a little bit of shut-eye and heal up a bit as well. And so at this point, it kind of is up to you guys with what you want to do. Harshnag has certainly left you with the impression that he is ready to press on.
Yep.
Which is kind of, you find the reason for you guys being here.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So you've climbed up on this ledge here, and I think you guys can all see. Cesare, I'm going to give you a torch. Okay, you're back in charge of this torch again. What would you guys like to do?
I scale down.
Okay.
So do I. That's skill though.
I'm gonna walk over this way and take a look behind the
Oh,
pillars.
my bad, Bran.
Yeah, no problem.
Rand goes to this door.
And I'm gonna slide over to the combat screen, even though we're not in combat, because this is kind of a map. It's just a map-sensitive area that I think everybody would appreciate seeing.
I mean, do I see anything to the left or right? I mean,
So-
what is there?
As you kind of come up into this hallway and you peek around the corner, you can't see much beyond what appears to be sort of frosted over portcullis.
That's this right here.
That's these little markings here on the floor.
Okay. Do I see any mechanism for raising it?
Not here.
Hmm.
And you can kind of glance through it, and you see a bit of a kind of larger area as it kind of opens up a little bit. But even with your superior dwarven dark vision, the room is very, very, very dark. You do get a hint of a little bit of like a sort of omniscient green tealy like glow coming from something way off in the distance, giving you the impression that this room is quite large, which you're not terribly surprised by, knowing that this is supposedly a giant temple. As
So
in
I
a
assume
temple
that-
built for giant, not a large temple, although that's what it is.
I assume the portcullis, while built to keep giants from getting through, is enough to keep us small folk from getting through too.
It's actually much more designed to keep small folk than it would be giant. You can't get through it even a little bit, even as a dwarf.
What's it made of?
Iron.
Using my dwarven stoneworking ability, am I able to sort of figure out whether or not something Harshnag would be able to like rip out of the wall if he wanted to?
It might be lifted.
Might be liftable. All right. I'm gonna go back to the group and let them know about my discovery.
Okay.
Hey guys, I found a portcullis over here. Might be a back way to wherever that door goes. Looks pretty heavy, but maybe Harshnag and Bran between them might be able to do something about it.
I could probably lift the portcullis.
Oh, I can lift it without you. No big deal.
Big words from a little small folk. I'm kidding. I'm sure you
is a-
could. I have seen you in combat. Quite strong.
It's a pretty big portcullis, Bran.
Sometimes it's not about the brute force as it is about your mind.
I say very loudly, my money is on Bran.
Then you're
Yeah.
a fool, and I'll take your money. My money's on the giant.
One
I am
silver.
humbled by your impression of me, the Rivermire. So, what is the path that you would wish to take?
As much as
guess-
the back way seems like a way that we might be able to go, sometimes the front is the best.
Wait, Malachi, how far through the portcullis were you able to see?
Only perhaps 120 feet. It appeared to be a large room beyond. Perhaps a light in the distance, but nothing moving or that I could see or hear.
Perhaps this would be an opportunity to scout through a bit. Rivermire, you are by far the superior archer of the two of us. Why do you not light an arrow and fire it through the portcullis so that we might illuminate what is through this way?
Give me an arrow.
There you go.
Rivermar is definitely not going to waste one of his arrows.
You can have more arrows. I do not even use them all that often.
Rivermar climbs the wall again. And we'll go shoot through it.
Alright. Brand, do y'all want to see this?
Hell yeah.
I do.
Sure. Okay. I'll just line you guys up where you can.
Cody, I'll say my max range on my bow is 600, but I'll say I'm not trying to like shoot as far as I can go. I'm just trying to get a good shot.
All right.
How much ever range you want it to go, that's fine by me.
So let's say you shoot it, let's say maybe 180-ish feet.
Sounds good.
Okay. Thinking you're probably going to hit the back wall, maybe.
Yeah.
As you kind of line up your shot, release it, the heavy drag of the arrow kind of brings it down, skipping and eventually kind of resting quite a bit further up into this room, giving you this view here. It appears to be some sort of maybe large statue that you can kind of make out. So figure, large something. The statue would probably make the most sense being here in the temple.
It was a storm giant. I saw it.
Bran, I do not think they live here.
I'm pretty sure they live up in the sky, big fella. We get any
Besides, this area is kind of cold. I think they're more like Harshnag.
Can we get any?
Brand tries to lift the portcullis.
Give me a strength check. Athletics. You can make an athletics check if you'd like.
I'll do athletics.
Oh my gosh.
Ow.
You kind of see it. You kind of look up. And you can hear the snapping. And as you guys kind of look over, you can see Brand's muscles straining and popping and tensing up. And the muscles in his neck are kind of showing through around and over the top bit of his long crag cat cloak that has been made for him, now stained and covered in blood. And eventually... And you can hear this break, the chains, the whatever's holding this thing down, and you're able to lift it up after the frozen bits have kind of broken away, and you can hold it up, and you guys can get under.
After you.
As we move to the other side,
Harshnag squeezes up and then helps you kind of hold it up, and he's continuing to pick it up high enough for himself to climb under.
As we get through the other side, Rivermire takes out 5 gold, and he hands it to Cesare, and he says, "I still think the giant would have done it, but I'm a man of my word." And he gives Cesare 5 gold.
I don't think Cesare wears a hat, but if he did, he would doff it.
Take inspiration.
Oh yeah.
And so, in front of you, y'all have to move forward a little bit to let Harshnag through, because he's kind of still holding the gate up. A little further, please. And he kind of picks it up, ducks it under his head, rests it on his shoulder for a minute, and a loud clang echoes through here. Sorry. As he makes it to the other side. And so, at this point, you guys kind of make it into this little chamber area. And thick frost, so cold, thick frost is clinging to every surface of this incredibly tall, 100-foot vaulted ceiling of this chamber. And there are 7 enormous statues that are dominating this room.
Rivermeyer continues to walk forward, just trying to like take in as much as he can.
The largest of them is an 80-foot tall robed giant. His arm is kind of outstretched a bit, and he's holding a mask up, kind of the stony cowl in front of his face. So, whoever the sculptor is here didn't actually appear to make a face. It's kind of part of it. And across from you, over in this direction, Malachi, you get a little bit of a hint of that kind of soft, misty glow that you were seeing earlier. That is kind of coming from this glowing archway in the east wall. Kneeling in rows to each side of this big statue, and again, they're kneeling kind of to this statue, are 6 statues which are half as tall, and each of those are still 40, 50 feet tall and very, very impressive as well. It's very detailed, and they have been maintained through the years. They've very, very well. And
how much taller are they than Harshnag?
Oh, yeah. Harshnag's like 15 to 20 feet, 17 and a half feet tall, somewhere along those lines. And these are more than double him.
Okay.
So these are enormous statues. And the one in the middle is just one of the largest things you've ever seen. Easily rivals the buildings in Waterdeep.
Cool.
And so each of these statues is, as you guys can imagine, representing and depicting a paragon of a type of giant. A hill, stone, frost, fire, a cloud, and then one that you don't recognize yet, but that you probably, from the original columns you guys saw on the domed entrance coming in, you assumed to probably be a storm giant through process of elimination. And all of these smaller giants statues are kind of facing the bigger one in the room's center. And their arms are outstretched, and each of them are holding a different type of weapon. Gifts for their Allfather. Only the Frost Giant statue is unarmed.
Harshnag, is that your god? As Rivermeyer points to the really big statue.
He looks around a minute.
Yes, it is coming back to me now. Yes, that is the Allfather, which would explain the statues. Though I have never seen something so huge.
And he's kind of looking up, which is really weird to see a giant looking up, almost bending backwards to kind of see the face.
Why
The
does he have...
carvers probably would not have made his face. I do not believe we know what he looks like. He is never described, and honestly, he's not really a god we pray to anymore.
Why not?
That is not a question for Harshnag. I simply do not know.
Could he be the reason that your ordering is no longer your ordering?
Perhaps.
Well, why does the... And I'm assuming this is in accordance to the pillars that we passed earlier. Is that the Frost Giant, the one that's unarmed? Why would he be unarmed and not offering a gift?
I do not know.
And he kind of walks over to the other statue, and he's still looking up at them because they're still quite a bit taller than him.
Brian looks for a way to light up the entire room if there's like something you can light. That
Bran,
would
you
illuminate.
notice that there are several sconces spread throughout the room that
I
don't
try to
have any
light
type
one.
of oil or anything like that, but you can attempt to certainly try to light one.
Yeah, I take the torch and try to light one.
Immediately, the sconce lights up.
Oh, Brad, wonderful idea. And Rivermire takes out a torch from his pack and will move to another sconce.
Instead of doing this completely like this, what I'm going to do is, at least for the moment, I'm going to turn on global illumination for you guys.
Weird.
Make sure that I really hope they did the dynamic lighting correctly. I forgot to check. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay.
Awesome.
These things over here, are those anything?
The doors, it looks like.
Yes, they are giant grand doors. And then, obviously, you guys notice the immense cracking in the floor, which has caused several parts of the floor to be unlevel and look as though it could give way if enough damage was done to it further. You are in the mountains at this point, and you did certainly have to make a climb up to this point. Additionally, as you guys kind of look over at the archway, you see that it's roughly about 40 feet wide and 40 feet tall, and there are 6 different runes carved into it, and each one is inlaid with mithril.
Ooh.
And a glowing mist again is filling the archway.
Cody, question. The runes, they match what Harshnag drew for us?
They do. Or no, excuse me. No, not these runes. Not these runes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that was my fault. No, not these runes.
Harshnag, can you read that?
And he kind of goes over to one. East. And he points to a rune that kind of looks like a little droplet with 2 different dots in it. And kind of the 4 prongs with another ridge fading down off of it.
This is one for frost giants.
And let me do this. That's what's in the archway. You guys can see all that, correct?
Yes.
Does any of these ruins match my amulet?
They do not. None of these runes match what you found in your amulet.
Harshnag, go ahead, Chidra.
So there is a rune, and then there is writing underneath it?
No. It's just
Okay.
the runes.
Gotcha.
Harshnag, are those statues, are they perhaps leaders or kings of each giant clan? Do they have names? Are they supposed to represent certain folk in your history?
I do not believe them to be leaders, as you say, but probably more akin to gods, or at least statues of them, what we believe that they look like. That is how I knew that this one is Thrym.
Which one does he point to?
He points to this one.
And which giant is that?
Frost.
You said Strim.
Yes, I believe this is Thrym.
Does he mean something to you? Do you feel honor when you say his name? Do you feel disgrace mentioning him? What do you
My
feel?
relationship is not one I wish to share. I am at odds with many of my folk for the evil ways, let's say, that they believe in. Harshnag is pure of heart. I do not follow all of those traditions.
I understand. Well, gentlemen, are we going to stand here in a maze of the stoneworkings of the past, or are we going to search for this oracle that Harshnag said might be here?
Definitely need to search around.
There's 2 doors to the north, or 2 sets of doors, and there are also 2 sets of doors to the south. And you are pretty confident with directions at this point. You've only basically just come in from the mountain outside area region, and then come into the main hallway. So you're pretty confident with your cardinal directions at this point.
As Brent says, let's continue, basically. The Rivermire will start to walk to the north.
When you come up to this door, they're just basically very large, kind of ornate doors, again depicting gods, these giant gods fighting and embraced in battle with dragons or great worms, but nothing else is really unusual about them. The door to the south is frozen over, both of them. They're caked in ice, like the rest of this room. But these 2 northern doors don't appear to be as covered as badly.
Bran, a little help. Maybe we can break the little bit of ice around this one, and then push the door open.
Cody, do I
Very
see
well.
anything like my rune anywhere around here?
Nothing
Does
like
these
the
letters look like it, or these runes
no-
look like it at all? Or
nothing looks like the Hexmalog rune that you
Okay.
have.
all right.
Does anything look like the rune for the former giant king?
No.
Brad and Smash.
Yeah. With your measly 6, you're able to get the doors open.
Are you 2 coming? As Rivermire turns his head and looks towards Cesare and Malachi.
Yes. Yes, we will.
Yeah, I mean, Cesare is hanging back, though. He's at the back of the group with his torch, since everybody else has night vision.
Night vision. You almost sound bitter that you rolled a human. So, as you guys come through the doorway here, let me. Hello, work for me. There we go. You guys open it up, and basically in front of you is a stairwell leading up and a stairwell leading down, and then kind of a big empty section. Everything in this temple is so big and so wide and so open. The ceilings here are still so tall and vaulted. You can kind of see the hint of a longer hallway leading further north, but at the moment, you don't really see much of anything beyond that.
I'm gonna pull out my dagger and rapier, so that way in case anything is like in my face while I'm moving. And I guess my question is which stairs look?
And I apologize. I misrepresented the stairwells. This stairs right here is. I'm in the wrong layer, so you guys can't see that. This stairwell right here is leading up to a platform here.
Okay, but do either of the stairwells look like they're like caked over with ice? Like which one looks like it'd be easier to traverse?
Everything here is coated in a bit of ice, but it doesn't seem to be. It's not enough to cause you a difficult terrain.
Okay. Oh, I grabbed the torch. My bad.
If Rivermire sneaks, Brand sneaks.
Rivermire's actually not sneaking, because it kind of seems like the barbarians had just got here to him, So he doesn't have any alarm to sneak right now.
Yep.
He's just kind of going. He just has his melee weapons out in case something happens like in front of him that he has to defend himself with.
If Rivermar is not sneaking, then Bran is like not sneaking at all, and he's just like, "Come get us, motherfuckers!"
Vintage Bran.
I fucking love Dungeons and Dragons so much. Okay. All right. I love this game. Okay, so do you guys want to head up the stairs, or do you want to explore the hallway leading kind of closer in front of you?
Rivermar kind of wants to go up the stairs.
Okay. And so as you wind around the stairs, it basically comes up to a platform and then another set of stairs. It's nothing surprising, nothing unique. There are still sconces placed around the walls here as well, here and there. But with your dark vision, you don't really need them immediately. And so do you want to just basically explore all the way up the stairs?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So at this point, let me just grab you guys really quick. So I don't want you guys to have to move frame by frame by frame by frame. That's crazy. Come on, Malachi, you're killing me.
Sorry, I was already moving when you said that.
All right, so we basically have you guys arrive here. And I'm just going to copy you guys over to this section, so.
Oh, where are we?
You should
I
click.
lost us.
Yeah, I just dragged you over.
You tell Hades he's a bad dog.
Yeah, that's the wife. She's getting under the door. I don't blame her. So, all right. So, are you guys pinged and centered now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, up in front of you. So up in front of you is kind of a little bit of a small alcove over there to your right side that appears to be a statue of a oh god, where did he go? I just had it. Of a female cloud giant which is wearing a sort of angry mask, and you're pretty confident that she's a cloud giant based on your dealings with Zephyros. Just the overall appearance gives off a very cloud giant like structure, even though she's kind of behind a mask.
If I don't
How-
hear or see any movement, I start lighting up anything else I can see.
Okay, well, there's not very many sconces kind of right here in this little entryway, but you see two of them right there that you can light up.
I'm just sticking by Rivermire, and I guess we're gonna investigate further.
She is basically in a position that gives off the appearance that she's in the middle of casting a spell.
She looks fearsome. Anyways. Bran, would you like to be any louder with your breathing?
Should we be sneaking?
No, I'm just wondering. You want to call out for enemies again?
Come get us, bitches!
So basically, there are several 30-foot tall archways that are spaced along each side of the east and west walls here that kind of lead down the hallway. And each of these kind of have these little small chambers inside of them that are filled with, even from your point of view, Rivermire, that you can kind of see. It looks like a really, really, really big, large bed.
It seems we found the living quarters.
Living quarters for what?
And they're basically on each side. So again, I don't want you guys to have to go through square by square by square by square. So at this point, you guys are kind of seeing this along each side. Do you want to just continue on down till the end, or
Pretty
do you want to
much.
explore each section?
No, I I look in them. Does it look like there's anything else besides the beds?
You can spend kind of a couple moments glancing over, and there's really not a lot in here.
Is it a giant bed for giants, or
Yes.
I look underneath the bed?
So you can spend a few minutes kind of searching each one, and as you kind of go down, there's really not a lot happening until you get 3 or 4 sections down. At this point, you guys can see the end of the hallway, and I think you guys can all see this torchlight. Yes, it's coded to everybody, I believe. Okay, so at the end, you can see that it appears that this area has collapsed, and has even kind of collapsed into part of one of the chambers. But you do notice something interesting in one of these rooms here. Let me kind of slide back over here. You see a pair of sculpted stone couches that double as bed, obviously, and everything here is completely covered in frost. But you find on one of the beds, kind of just sticking out, is a large stitched leather sack, kind of just sitting there.
I'm gonna perceive for holes around the walls and stuff. And if it looks like it's like on a plate on the couch, like if it looks like it's any, I'm looking for traps, bro.
Okay, give me a check.
Perception.
Yeah, you don't notice anything unusual about it.
I open it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, give me just a heartbeat here. Where is...
Does it look like it's breathing? Because if it looks like there's something in it breathing, I'm not gonna open the mimic.
It's a mimic, bitches!
Bran sits next to Rivermire like a kid during Christmas.
This is
Yeah,
what
then I'm like sharing opening the bag with Brandon.
Are you pointing it at him as you open it?
Yeah, I'm like, look.
So you find some... you find 4 large trout that are dead, that are in here and kind of frozen. So if you're looking for a good meal, they seem to be okay. They probably kept in this cold weather. You find a bit of chain, 5 feet of chain, and then a small iron bell without its clapper on it. And then you also find something kind of weird. It just looks like a really weird shard of ice, but it's kind of long and slender like a dagger, but it doesn't have a handle. And as you go to kind of pick it up, Rivermire, it gives off a soft blue hue, kind of glowing with inside it, and you see a rune inside, kind of cased and covered in this ice.
I immediately set it down on the bed and call over the 2 casters. I ain't dealing with magic traps, okay, yo? Like, pass.
Rivermire, obviously we should take this chain and this bell and tie it around Cesare's neck, just so we could keep a close eye on him.
Bran,
Well,
if that is what you
clapper
want to
won't
do,
make much noise.
I will not stop you.
I feel like this fellowship has taken a dark turn of late.
I would echo the
I'd
sentiments.
make a chain necklace
Dying.
and put the bell on it for Cesare if he lets me.
It has no clapper, just for the record. It doesn't ding.
I mean, the rattling
Damn.
chains would still make a lot of noise.
I know, right?
Totally true.
Ooh.
Brandon, it is so cold. They're so cold. You're already cold and bundled up in here, but yeah, this iron chain is just so miserably cold to even hold on to at the moment. But absolutely, you can do all of that. As the casters kind of come over, if you guys are doing that, you
We
can
will.
certainly. Anybody give me a perception check over 12.
I think I have the highest if y'all want me to do that.
Oh, Cesare.
I'm good.
Cesare, immediately you recognize something familiar about that rune. And then you kind of look at it again, and you think it's the rune that you just saw on the archway that Harshnag had called the Is rune.
You know what that means, right, Cesare?
I would like to know what you are about to suggest.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I am talking to you. You just said my name. Why would I not be responding to you?
Well, I'm asking, you know what that means, right?
Yes, of course I know what that means. That is the rune for Frost Giant that our friend Harshnag just pointed out to us. Can you not see it with your eyes? It is clearly the same rune.
Now that you mention it,
Hmm.
I saw runes, and runes normally mean magic, and magic is not my forte.
I want to just sort of hover my hand over the thing. Is it super cold?
It is. It is in essence a shard of ice.
Is
It
this
is
thing
certainly
gonna...
giving off cold. Although your hands are not the warmest at the moment, just from being out kind of in the elements up here in the mountains.
Okay, I want to do a couple things real quick. First, I want to do a nature check. Okay.
On the fish.
It's dead.
Okay, so here is the thing. We are deep in the ground. It should not be this cold. This is an unnatural cold that is around us. Secondly, and I guess I'm going, well, just from my perception, other than the rune, do I know anything else about this ice shard deal?
No, it just looks like a slender shard of ice
Hey,
that has
Arcana.
this rune buried in the middle of it.
If I put the torch next to it, does the ice melt?
You could attempt that.
I do, but I'm kind of careful. I do it on the away from the ruin, but on the edges to try to melt it.
You kind of just quickly hover over it, and the ice doesn't seem to melt.
Bran, fully put it in it. Don't just hover it near it. Touch it.
Okay, I do that then.
One little droplet starts to form.
Rivermeyer takes out a torch and sets his against Bran's and double torch, and we're gonna try and melt this thing out, I guess.
I may be able to help here, guys. I do have some magics that allow me to produce fire.
That's right, you do.
Now, I want to let you guys know the rune just appears to be... I want to make sure you understand that it's not on stone or anything like that. It just appears to be like it's chiseled on the inside or something along those lines.
Oh,
Kind of like
no.
like it's laser cut. Like a laser cut would make more sense.
okay. Well, then I wouldn't do that.
Perhaps melting the ice is not the smartest move here.
No, you
Step
guys can
back,
totally do
everyone, I
that.
got this.
I don't care what you guys do. I just want to make sure I'm giving off the right impression that it has the rune inside, but it's kind of more like a laser cut appearance than it is like on a stone inside.
I was-
It's very slender, anyways, and again it's about the shape and size of a dagger without the handle.
Yeah, I was getting ready
Then
to
I wouldn't have done that.
stop them before they fucking melt this thing.
I show Harshnag the ruin sickle.
Well, Cody, when I hovered my hand above it, was it like, I get that it's cold, but is it so cold that it would like tear the skin off my hand if I touch it?
No.
Like dry ice cold?
No.
All right, I'm touching it, and it just feels like ice.
Yeah, it feels very cold. As you kind of hold it for a few seconds there, you don't feel as much of the cold.
Odd.
All right.
Troubling even.
Cody, what do you want me to roll to recall the last room that we were in? Like the room with all the statues?
You just saw it just a few moments ago. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to remember if... You know what? Does it... Look, is the ice big enough to fit in the giant's hands? Because he was the only one without a weapon.
Here's an axe.
Oh, it's... Yeah,
Oh, I
these
get
are
what you mean.
40-foot
Yeah.
statues, and this is about this big.
Okay.
It's about the size and shape of a dagger
Okay.
Yeah.
And
without
then-
the handle.
Okay.
So
and
I'm
the second
holding
question: did the archway look like it had like spots missing out of it, like for things to like keyholes?
It did not. Not to your knowledge.
I wanna, while I'm holding this thing, hold my hand out to the flame. Anything feel weird?
You can't tell if your hand's just numb from the cold, but it doesn't appear to maybe kind of hurt you for a few seconds there, and then quickly You kind of pull your hand back and say, "Oh," you kind of feel the burn.
Starts to hurt a little bit. Okay.
You'll
Yeah.
burn.
I'm gonna walk out to Harshnag.
Yeah, Harshnag, what do you say about this ruined sickle thing?
That is the East Rune. I don't know much more than that.
Harshnag, it seems to me that it is unnaturally cold in this place. Are there other such sanctuaries of the frost giants? Like this in the mountains?
Well, yes, of course, but I do not think that perhaps it is unnatural. We are very high up in the mountains. We are not so far in at the moment.
Okay, fair enough.
Maybe we could collect all these relics. Maybe each ruin has its own relic. And once we collect them all, we could sell them.
As for collecting them, if there are more, this sounds like a good idea. Selling them, however, I don't know if that's our best option.
Yeah,
believe
they
they
might
might-
melt first.
No, I believe they might play more of a key role. But for us to know that, we must venture further in.
Agreed. I'm gonna tuck this thing in my belt if nobody objects.
I'd rather you bag of holding it,
Alright. Bag of holes.
so we don't lose it.
Yeah, but it
And it doesn't stab you whenever you, like, fall to the ground dead.
It's almost like he's afraid it
Okay,
might
yeah.
try to drown you.
because that happens so often.
So
Your
you
dagger's
said
trying to drown you, bro.
So you said the north is basically blocked, right? It's crumbled and blocked.
That's correct.
So we either can go backwards or we can go down these stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Then Rivermire would want to go down these stairs.
Okay. Then, if that's the case,
And again, I have rapier and dagger out.
Okay.
Just
you come down and you realize you're probably on the other side of that kind of little alcove on the hallway in that main level you just came from.
Does this stairwell go down another level like the other one?
Yeah, you're kind of on this middle ledge, and then it leans back down to the level that you guys open the door on.
Okay. Well then, I'd rather go down, if that makes sense.
Okay, it doesn't go down another level.
Okay.
You understand? It's basically taking you guys back to the same level that you were on when you opened that door. Does that visual maybe help a little?
Yeah. Okay. So, well then, I'd want to go to the other stairwell that does lead down, because you said over there was a stairwell that led up and
There's
down.
not. There's
Okay.
two levels. There's the level that you came from, and then there's upstairs that you were just at, and then now you went back to the level you came from.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Harshnag, you said that the place that we are looking for, that perhaps this place, would have an oracle. What do you mean by an oracle? Is this a person? Or perhaps some other force? Do you know?
I am just following rumors, whispers. I believe I have been here in my younger days, but I was much too young, not full-grown giant at this point. I would not even venture to say that many giants know of such place. Harshnag, probably handful of giants that remember this temple existed. And honestly, I did not even quite remember it as such a temple. I cannot tell you why. I had such strong desires to come here.
This is clearly a place of power amongst the giant kind. But for me, it is too many forest leads. There is too much that I do not understand in this place. can only suggest that we explore further.
Yes, I agree. As Vermeer starts to walk.
There are doors to the south. Maybe we should head down there.
I believe those are the doors to the same chamber we just came from with the statues. Let us continue north through the hallway.
Okay.
Yeah, alright.
What would you guys like to do? You want to continue on?
I'd
Yeah,
like
I'm
to
gonna
sort
go
of see
up.
what's south, but if you guys want to go north, then that's cool.
I
So-
can't see shit, so I'm following you guys.
So back here, this little star that you guys see is basically a stone giant statue. Very similar to the kind of female cloud giant upstairs. So this is a male stone giant, and its arms are kind of lifted with, like this. It's kind of doing this. So it doesn't appear maybe quite to be casting a spell like the other one, which was clearly in kind of a crouching, antagonistic pose. This stone giant is just kind of holding its hands out with both of its palms up, facing, kind of just looking down this hallway.
And is it covered in ice?
Yeah, it's in a light layer of ice, much like the floor is here, but not enough to really give you guys difficult terrain. Now, what's interesting about this room is it is slowly, kind of, you're climbing up a little bit. It ramps up towards this back wherever into the darkness.
As we come across the stone giant statue, what does Harshnag do? Because I know he despises stone giants.
He just kind of ignores it.
Okay.
Desiree is going to take a second and just sort of take out the ice dagger thing and just sort of experimentally scratch it against the statue.
Nothing really happens.
Putting it back.
Okay, so let's do this. Are you guys like all traveling down? Or you send somebody to scout ahead? Kind of describe to me how you're exploring this part of the temple.
Rivermire is just kind of walking.
Malachi's keeping a real close eye on Cesare. If he tries to dimension door ahead again, I'm gonna grab him. He'll have to drag me with him or stop.
So are you guys all kind of in close quarters, or are you sending somebody ahead?
I don't think we're sending somebody ahead. I think we're all walking together.
Yeah,
Okay.
close quarters.
So you guys are kind of, and I'm just gonna kind of do this here, make things a little easier. So you guys are kind of traipsing ahead, and you see that all of this is pretty much exactly like the last little section was. And you can kind of check in on the rooms. Again, all pretty bare, pretty easy to spot pretty quickly. You guys keep trouncing ahead. And you're slowly climbing up, and let me see what you guys can see here. You want to see the board? Okay, there's the board. That's what they can see. And so, as you guys get to here, let me just do this here real quick. I'm trying to see what all else is in these little rooms. Okay. So you guys continue on ahead. You're not really finding much. And then at about this point, you guys step here. And you hear, you're kind of looking in each of the rooms and kind of going along, led by Cesare's, not really led, but, the light is up ahead of you guys, helping your dark vision kind of look and gander into each room. And Harshnag is just kind of quietly trouncing behind you guys. And at this point, you hear a and it sounds like a horrible scraping noise. And what I need you guys each to do for me is to make me, let's just switch the mood here real quick, just for some fun. I need you each to
Performance check.
give me an initiative roll.
Performance check. I get advantage, so 13 for me then.
So do I.
Okay. Is everybody there? Set up? All right. So suddenly, kind of cracking through and crashing through this last little bit of ice, you guys can hear and see an enormous boulder start to separate from the walls up ahead and slide down. Rivermeyer, go!
I'm gonna move up. That was 20.
Uh-huh.
That's 30. And I'm going to get my bow and set an arrow on fire.
Okay. And Cesare.
Wait, hold on. So you said we saw a boulder separating. Is this like an Indiana Jones tunnel style boulder we're looking at?
Probably yes.
Okay. Interesting choice.
You can
then.
see it up ahead just because of how big it is, kind of moving through the darkness. Even though your eyes don't really go quite that far, it's you can hear the scraping and you can actually see a little bit of light kind of reflecting as the doors move and something kind of start to roll. And the scraping is incredibly loud. Cesare,
I assume I can't see shit.
you can't see beyond the torch,
All right, I'm.
but you hear.
Yeah, no, I am going to do the same thing as Rivermeyer and ready a flaming arrow, and that's fucking it, because I can't see a goddamn thing, because I'm a human.
I'll be like, something big is coming our way.
Okay. Bran! It's your turn, bro!
Bran has always been kind of
That's the
mimicking
fucking idea.
what Rivermeyer does, so I just go to where Rivermeyer is. And I
At
guess I don't see anything, so...
At this point, Bran, stones are coming up and blocking off the archways here.
So they're flat out blocked, or?
They're in the process of being blocked. And at this point, on an initiative count of 15, walls start to go up. And you are literally looking down a long tunnel as you see let's see how far this bad boy can move here. Give me just a heartbeat. I think it moves 200 feet.
Oh shit.
200 feet on each of its turns. Okie doke. So, I need okay, I need everybody to give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Yes!
As this boulder
Malachi
comes
coming through. Not
crashing
dying this
down.
time.
through you guys.
If I'm a fail, I would
There we
use
go.
inspiration.
Okay, I need, and then of course we need Harshnag to make his save. Dex save, 18, he's way good. Okay, you are all good. Okay, so I need everybody to take... $28 points of
Ow.
damage, please.
Whoa. Holy shit.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You guys all pass. I just wanted to scare you for a minute.
I thought you were for real.
No, you all the deck save wasn't terribly hard. So as you guys see it, you all kind of duck down and cover and quickly adjust and move to the kind of corner bits of the hallway. But as the stone passes over, you all kind of hold your breath as it just is an enormous boulder. Even Harshnag finds himself ducked down and pressed up against the wall, trying to avoid this enormous death trap.
Is that even possible for him?
It is possible. This
Oh.
map scale is totally off. Harshnag is actually probably about that size-ish. Nah, he's actually
Okay.
closer to that size, and each of you are actually closer to that size.
So it's like a 40-foot boulder in diameter? Wow. That is
It's
a heck of a boulder.
yep, it's 40
Or
foot
30. Yeah, 40.
Okay,
I didn't
Something.
Malachi,
consider
it's your
that.
turn. What would you like to do? The hallway is still sealed off.
I guess I'll move up to here, see if I see anything new.
Next
And the
one,
sides
I'll
are-
stop with my
The sides are both
fist.
sealed. Do we
It's
see
all
anything?
sealed.
Any indication that there's there's more boulders? Or any sounds that might indicate more boulders coming?
There's no sounds indicating that.
No, but I think it's gonna come back.
Well, which direction should we go? I can make us a door.
You can make us a door?
That's what I said, isn't it?
Come on, Malachi, you got 6 seconds, man. What are you doing?
Alright, I can't actually do it on this turn anyway. I'm gonna move to the right here and then end my turn, I suppose.
Okay, and Harshnag stands up. I'm just gonna make him a 2x2 for this.
Do you think it will come back?
And
Yes,
he kind
yes,
of
I
turns
do.
back at the boulder, and he kind of crouches down. That gives us to Rivermire.
I'm going to dash as a bonus action. So that's 30. And I have 35 movement up on. So then that's 40, 60, 70. Dead end! Dead end!
Cesare.
I can kind of see, I guess, the boulder behind us. Is that blocking our way in that direction? Like back the way we came?
It's moving very, very, very quickly. So as it passes over you, you look back. It's still rolling now. I don't want you to think it's like stopped right there. It's still rolling down, and yeah, I mean, you can probably squeeze underneath of it like you did the first time.
All right, I'm gonna like I guess turn around and shoot the flaming arrow back behind us to see, you know, put a light over here, you know?
This way?
Yeah, like where I just moved the torch, like back the way we came.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Right, so I think Rivermire is down there.
Okay.
And don't you have
Bran.
an arrow on fire, Rivermire?
I do.
Bran.
So do I hear Rivermire say dead end?
Oh, yeah. And he has a torch on him, in essence, for he has a light.
I run the other way.
I mean, I'm yelling like I can make a passage here.
Bran, what are you doing? Quick! Be decisive!
I ready action next to Malachi to see what he does.
Okay. And at this point, the boulder goes crashing back down, and you hear it boom! And it crashes down towards the end of the hallway.
And then
And the
stop.
walls start to go down.
Everybody okay?
Wow, Malachi, I didn't know you could do that.
I'm a powerful, powerful dwarf. Are we still in combat?
You're not.
Is there anything in these rooms?
Yeah, I think I'd like to explore the one I'm next to.
As you guys explore the rooms, the only room that you find over here kind of has a small crack, and I'm going to show this to you guys here, that you can see it. You can hear doosh, doosh. And it sounds like something is grinding slowly back up this direction.
Quickly, quickly.
So, okay, maybe I didn't get what was going on. So the walls to these rooms rose up like Indiana Jones secret passages?
Yeah, it was like the stone floors came up and sealed off the archways in between the room.
Okay, everybody back
But
here.
now they are shifting back down. And then
So-
a few moments go by, and you can hear something very, very large grinding and slowly, slowly, slowly making its way back towards you.
This way, there is a crack in one of these rooms back here.
Can I use my dwarven stone cutting to try and figure out what that mechanism might do, or do I have nowhere near enough information to try and do that? Because I
What
can only
mechanism?
sort of hear it.
By the way,
The
guys.
mechanism I can hear.
It kind of sounds like the boulder, but it
Okay.
sounds like it's not moving nearly as fast as it did.
Which room are they saying there's a crack in?
Can you see this torchlight down here, Daniel?
Okay, I can now. Okay, hold on. I'll move there.
Yeah, I ran over there.
Harshnag kind of steps back down the hallway.
It appears that the boulder is coming back.
Then get
Harshnag,
into-
can you fit in this?
No, no chance.
And in front of you is kind of this fissure, if you will, that is probably about 5 feet wide, 6 feet wide in a few places that you can see. Maybe about 10 feet tall. You would have to go single file through this, and you can fit in it pretty okay. I mean, you could fit in a 5 foot wide passageway. But Harshnag, there's just no chance for him.
But he can fit in the room?
He can fit in the room for certain.
Okay, yeah. So, okay. Rivermeyer or Malachi, I request that one of you scouts through here. My eyes, unfortunately, are little used to us. Harshnag, let us wait out the next passing of the boulder in here.
I'll do it. Not a
I
problem.
pass without trace the party, and suggest that Rivermeyer extinguish the torch.
Okay, I put out the firearm arrow.
Oh, you could turn into a rat, Malachi.
Be careful, there might be smaller boulders along that crack.
At this point, you can see the boulder.
Did it stop to look at us?
No, I mean, it's like passing by through this doorway.
Okay.
I take a swing at it.
Okay, Cody. 37. I don't have my torchlight anymore. Oh,
I
I can't.
crit
I
the
can't just
boulder.
grab my torch.
Mechanolith, you got to go, man. You can't be watching this. Sorry, bro. And pushing it, you guys see, is the stone giant statue that was at the end of the hallway with his hands up. And it is just going as it's pushing the boulder back into place, it appears.
Even stone giants are dicks. Let's see.
So the stone giant is like it's like a golem, or it's like a clockwork thing.
It appears to be magical in nature. You don't hear anything mechanical going on with it, but you're not really sure. It just kind of quickly went by the walkway.
Okay, so I have a 37 in stealth, FYI, and I'm just gonna go scout this crack.
It's kind of getting quieter as it continues on.
I'm gonna turn into a rat and follow him.
Okay.
I'm pulling up the stats, but I will be stealthing as well, and I will make my roll in a moment.
And eventually, you guys no longer hear the grinding, but instead the footsteps
Interesting.
Oh, actually, maybe.
Okay, Rivermire. So you're exploring, and Malachi is with you. What about Brandon and Cesare? What are you guys doing while Rivermire? Yo, hold on, Rivermire. hold on. Okay. So what are you two doing, Bran and Cesare, while Malachi has turned himself into a rat, and Rivermire is heading along the path scouting? Excuse me.
I try to stay about 15 to 20 feet behind Rivermire. And do I accidentally step on Malachi and kill him?
The one thing you notice about this is almost pure ice. It is without a doubt difficult terrain to traverse.
So I could like slide down it?
Yeah, you could slide, and it's not down into it. It's mostly, this kind of winding path into the side of the mountain. And you can slightly feel a very cool breeze coming in through the tunnel.
I
I have
just keep
my
waiting for Rivermire.
I have my melee weapons out, Cody. Just FYI. Because there's no sense in taking a bow in something that I can barely move in.
Sure.
I guess I'm just kind of waiting on you to let me continue.
I'm kind of finding out what everybody's doing here. Cesare, what's going on? What are you doing?
Cesare is staying with the giant and the light. He's a sailor. He doesn't like any part of this situation.
Fair enough. And then Malachi, you're a rat?
I'm a rat. I'm scuttling along, trying to not be stepped on by Bran.
Okay. And then Bran is following along as well?
I'm trying to keep around 15 to 20 feet behind Rivermire.
Okay. That's probably about where you are. And again, you guys are kind of sliding a little bit and slowly sliding and traversing all of this. And then again, for the map's sake, remember that you guys are probably closer to that size than you are anything else.
I pick up Malachi and put him on my shoulder.
I scuttle away.
Fucking D&D players. So, as you guys are kind of crawling around, you're basically, it's very, 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 very dark, and your field of view is very, very narrow in this kind of small, tight quarters. And there's basically these sheets of ice on each side, and the floor is totally coated in ice. And I need Rivermire, I need you to give me a perception check.
Already done, son. I was fixing to say, what do my elven eyes see?
Your elven eyes see just a little bit of something moving on the wall
Where?
up ahead of you,
Like in front of me?
like right here-ish.
Can I smell anything?
I stop and I hold up my hand with my dagger. Shh, something's moving.
I smell for cheese or anything less appealing than cheese.
Give me a, let me see, you've got a 27. Okay. And you guys have no torch on you. So yeah, you saw something ever so slightly moving up ahead, Rivermire.
Like you said, I hold up my dagger and I say, shh, something's moving. And I'm gonna kind of like wait a few moments to see if I can just...
You see it again, and it seems to be kind of on the top part of the side of the wall. And it is maybe a long leg or something.
Is
Do
it a
not like-
boulder giant?
do not like.
I just go, yeah!
Then you charge in?
No, I just scream to see if I can scare it out a little bit.
Oh. Okay.
Roll initiative.
I'm not
Hold-
kidding.
hold
That
on.
was exactly what I would do.
You go like this, you go, ah! To see if you can scare it off. And you kind of, ah! And suddenly you hear,
Did Cesare hear that from back in the chamber?
You scared Brand when you
and something is quickly scuttling, and these four masses are moving towards you very, very quickly. And as you see just a hint, as you've got your weapons out with your elvish eyes, you can see just the hint of small, beady red eyes.
Oh, good. I will. Yeah.
Roll initiative.
They beady red eyes. Is it
Uh-huh.
like one eye or is it like
Several
you know,
small
16
eyes.
eyes?
Eyes is
But
not
you don't
one.
see none of it.
Fair enough.
Okay. Just to make this combat the correct sizing here, I'm going to half... okay, these... This is really tough, guys. So these are large creatures, okay? And you guys are medium creatures. But the way that the map is set up, with the scaling, it's a little awkward. So y'all will be the same size, because I don't want to shrink you down. That's a nightmare. That's a total nightmare. So...
We get it. They're bigger than us.
They are. I want you to, as long as you know that. When
I'm currently
describing
a
this.
tiny creature.
Oh, you're a nothing creature.
Yeah, you're a creature with like 4 hit points. If they're gonna immediately take
Rivermire, not Rivermire. Cesare, you hear, la 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 la, coming through the tunnels, and Rivermire, of course, you're up.
Yeah. Do I need to move to get closer to them?
He's pretty close. But you do need to move up one to stab him, because again, you are.
Yeah. Cool. I don't care. I'm a rogue, bro.
You can hold the Alt key, and that will make
Yeah.
things a little easier when you're positioning yourself in here.
Okay. I'm going to do this, and that 2 is a crit because of my assassinate. I went before they did. So that, wow, dude, look at those rolls. And then
Wow, that is
Those.
pathetic. Okay. Let's see. The 2 is a crit, which gave you the 1, correct?
yes, so
Okay.
3 there.
So there's 3. The second slash with the Kraken's Fang, that's good. For another 4, so for 7.
7.
Your sneak attack 11.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you end
And
up
the 12.
dropping this thing. It takes all. I'm trying to see if it takes all the attacks, and it does. Yeah, absolutely. And as you look up to this white, icy maw of this spider that is large and crawling along the ceiling, and it jumps out, leaping kind of at you. You make a quick few swipes and drop this thing much faster than it was ready to react, and its body curls up, legs up, and just as it is kind of bleeding out and dying.
And Rivermire is totally freaked out.
Yeah, it is a giant spider.
Yeah, he doesn't like the small spider. He doesn't like spiders this big. Okay,
Very
it's
much
way
bigger than yourself.
his.
Malachi, you're a rat. What do you do?
I will become not a rat,
Okay.
and I will go ahead and I just
Hold
went
the
into
Alt
wall.
key, and that will, when you let go, and that will keep you off of snapping to grin.
Okay.
So, like that.
Something's going weird. Okay, fine. Yeah. So anyway, right
Fire!
there, and I will
Fire!
cast Flaming Sphere. 6 feet in front of Rivermire, and then press myself up against the wall so that Bran can potentially get by me.
All right, hold on. Give me just a second. This is why I love doing this. I love my little system. So good. Okay, so you want to put a bit of fire?
I do want to do that.
That's the thing I want to do for sure.
I
DM
mean,
tools.
when there are spiders, then
And you said 6 feet,
Fire.
which means I won't take damage from it.
yeah.
Okay, like right there,
Hold on, let's just casting this spell.
like that.
Yeah, that's perfect. Just
All right, let me. How wide is it? 5 foot.
it's 5 feet.
Okay, so it's actually closer to this size. And you want to put it right here?
Can you do the text on that real quick, Chris? Because I'm pretty sure it only affects them like at the end of their turn.
They start their turn in it.
No, they end their turn near it.
I
I'm
think I
pretty
can
sure.
hit him with it and cause damage.
I
I
think
don't.
that sounds right too.
All right, I'm just gonna copy and paste the text because for whatever reason, the way it's in here it doesn't report that.
Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the sphere makes a dexterity save, and the creature takes 2d6 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful. As a bonus action, you can move the sphere up to 30 feet. You did take your bonus to undo
Yeah,
your
I
mouse
already
thing.
did.
If you ram the sphere into a creature, that creature must make the saving throw at the sphere's damage. So as a bonus
Okay.
action, you can do that.
Right.
So
Next turn.
yeah, I'm gonna give it to him next turn. As this thing kind of flames up and lights up the tunnel a little bit next to the spiders, and then you can really get a really good look at them. Give me 1 second.
I just want to say real quick that the party rolled phenomenally well on initiative. Good job, guys.
Yeah, right. Everyone's over 20, or 20 and up.
Oh, they don't have an ice spider in here. Huh, bummer.
I
Okay,
don't know. Sounds like that would be especially vulnerable to fire damage.
might be. Bran. Might not be.
Alright, Bran burst out in a rage, yelling. If he could slip past both Malachi and Rivermire, he will.
I'm gonna yes, because Rivermire is actually half that size, so you can position yourself right here if you'd like to.
Yeah, Malachi tried to get out of the way too.
And I'm gonna put him up. Golly, this is so tough at the moment. Okay, I'm gonna do that. All right.
Oh, and sorry, could I have yelled at the end of my turn, or Cesare?
Yeah, that's not a problem at all. Bran. You
What?
used rage and then you. Okay, I see. You closed in with an 18. Yeah, absolutely. You go cutting into this one. You actually knock it from the walls. It kind of and it leaps back up at you. You deal 11 damage to it.
Yeah.
And hello, what's your AC? 14. Yeah, absolutely. You get 2 big, huge, damaging swings in on this thing as you cut into it with your great axe twice. Cesare.
Yeah, Cesare is good back here. He's gonna just sort of start playing his lute, like a inspiring tune to give bardic inspiration to both Bran and Rivermire.
I believe you gotta see somebody, so to give them bardic inspiration. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to allow that. You might want to check that for me, buddy. Okay,
Check that.
now we've got this one who is going to try to retaliate at you. We've got.
Which is you, me or Bran?
We'll see here. Don't want to use that. That's not a bad one. Okay. So yes, as you kind of come cutting down, charging up next, you charge right past Malachi, and then you come sliding up next to Rivermire. It's tight. You get your swings in on the large beast, the spider, and this huge icy web comes bursting from this thing. I have a 17 to hit you, which I believe will hit, or I guess a 24 if you're at disadvantage from reckless attack. So, as you just get coated in this ice spider's web, and then, okay, so yeah, Bran, you're pretty much restrained at this point, and that brings us over to the next one, which will do the same thing to you.
It ended its turn. It needs to take damage.
Yes, it does, for being so close. Give me the damage, Malachi.
I rolled it when I cast the spell. It was 6.
It was 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to drop.
Actually, it gets a dex save for half, though. Unfortunately.
Doesn't matter. You're doing
Doesn't
damage
matter.
and it's not your turn.
Yeah. I guess it didn't realize how hot it was getting on this thing, and this thing drops.
Ha! Suck it, ice spider.
Immediately, right over the fire comes another web at you, Rivermire. I have a 25. You are now restrained. And then climbing up along the walls here, this one comes jumping and leaping down right near you, Malachi, and tries to bite you. I have a 19 for 6.
Yep, that'll do
Give me a
it.
Constitution saving throw against poison. So if you have advantage against anything poison, take it. If
I
not,
sure do.
I thought dwarves do have something along those lines.
Yeah, a couple levels I'll be immune to it, but not yet.
Cody, I have a quick mechanics question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're way good.
restraint, Restraint gives advantage to them against us. Our speed becomes 0, and we have disadvantage on attack rolls and dex saving throws. But it doesn't say anything about becoming unrestrained, and since this is like a physical web.
I have that information.
Okay.
You'll need to. The short of it is this: you'll need to make a strength check to break free.
Okay.
That's it. Okay, so you're out of range, but you don't need to see them. Is that what you're saying, Phil?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for clearing that up. And then this last spider is, first off, this one.
Sorry, you said that was 6 damage, Cody?
This one is dead. Yes, this one's gone, and this one is gone. Those are out of there. Okay, and so that is all 3 of the ice spiders. That brings us back over to Rivermire, who you're currently restrained as the spider goes flying over your head and leaps onto Malachi. And you can kind of hear him. Ugh! Also, Malachi, give me a Constitution check or save to maintain your concentration.
Oh, right. Is that a save or is that just a Constitution check? It's a save.
Constitution check. No, actually, I think it's a Constitution save.
I think it
Yeah,
is too,
Constitution
actually.
saving throw.
Quick rules.
I got it
Concentration is taking damage. Whenever you take damage while you're concentrating on a spell, you must make a Constitution saving throw to maintain your concentration. The DC equals 10 or half
Or
the damage.
half damage, whichever is higher.
Whichever is higher, so 10.
Yep, I got it.
Beat it.
Yeah, you're way good. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. I love the quick. I love the quick rules, y'all. That's how we roll. All right, Rivermire.
I'm going to turn to the one that's attacking Malachi and take 2 attacks at disadvantage.
Yeah, go for it. You're
One sec.
struggling against the wind. You're trying to attack back over there in that direction.
So I have a 14 and a 7.
Hit and a miss.
Okay, and then I get sneak attack on that because 5 feet.
That's unreal.
Look at my dagger,
Yeah,
man. I like
that's
my
good to
dagger.
go. That's good to go. That is good to go. Okay, so minus 16 as you manage to stick over and bring your rapier down and onto the beast before it realizes. It quickly reacts and you're unable to do anything with the Kraken's Fang. That leads us over to Malachi.
I'm going to use my bonus action to smash that ball of fire into the other one that's up ahead.
Okay?
Because screw you, you disgusting 8-legged monster. So I'll just hit the spell again, I suppose, too.
I thought I had it with the K. Thanks, Chris.
No worries. Shoot, my spells are all messed up now. And then I'm gonna whack it with, oh, I can't shillelagh if I'm using my bonus action.
Do that roll, right? Yeah, okay.
Sorry about that. Alright, so there's my flaming sphere.
I'm waiting on
And
the
then-
flaming sphere. Okay, 7. There we go. And then
7.
Dex for half at 15.
Dex for half at 15.
Bale, 7.
Awesome. And then I'm gonna smack it, but I don't get my. This is with the shillelagh. I need to set up the attack. It doesn't matter. I missed.
Yeah, you're unable to, as the spiders lunges in, and you quickly just think, and you kind of direct the fire on. You rear your arm back, and as you go to attack, it's a little numb. You're trying to shake it off. Your dwarven blood is pretty resilient, but you're unable to connect. Bran, you're covered in these webs. What do you want to do?
I want to wiggle out, rip these webs off of me.
Strength check.
Easy. Easy money, easy life.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Yep.
then some. Okay, you can move if you'd like.
He
Um,
probably would accidentally have freed Rivermire by shredding every web in sight.
No, I'm okay.
No,
with
I don't move.
Okay. Cesare, can I take you out of initiative?
No, I mean, yeah, I guess. I guess I'll pick up the thing and start moving their way. But yeah, so that's 60 feet, and that only puts me like there. So.
Okay. I'm just for the sake so you can watch, because everybody can see this pretty much going on except for you.
Yep.
I'm gonna just put that little torch over there since he already has a fire going anyways. Okay, that brings us to the spiders. We got the first one who is going to climb up the wall and above the fire that it's kind of getting burned from, and leap back down, trying to bite on top of Bran. I have a 17, Bran.
It's
Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw, please, sir.
easy money, easy life.
You
A
just need to beat
save
an
or a
11.
check?
A Constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
I need you to also take whoops. 7 damage from poison.
What was the initial damage?
The initial damage was 5, so you take 12 damage.
So 6.
Being a barbarian is ridiculous.
I know. The other spider will lunge out and attack you again, Malachi. I have an 11, which is not good enough. Rivermire.
Yeah, suck it.
Yeah.
You're still webbed.
I know that. I'm still going to try and kill what's the immediate threat to Malachi. Seeing that he's the one with the fire going right now. So
Okay.
an 8 and a 7, and I don't think either of those hit.
Not good enough. Malachi.
Wait, so I think the one spider, is it within 5 feet of that fire when it landed on Bran?
It is.
Alright, so that should have taken the 7 or saved for half with a Dex DC 15.
Okay. Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna take another swing at the spider in front of me.
Yeah, you're good.
Screw that thing.
Yeah.
And I would have used my bonus action this time to cast Shillelagh, so I don't get to move the sphere.
Okay, so Shillelagh is going to do extra damage.
No,
This is
Oh, that's
and
your
make it
Shillelagh
magic.
macro?
that's counting
Okay.
Shillelagh, yeah.
I got you. I'm with you. All right, Bran,
All right, reckless great axe time.
you can probably
You
get
know the
both of
drill.
them. They're so close.
18 for 9, 20 for 8.
Absolutely. You bring down the one nearest the fire. You just cut into this thing, ripping it to shreds. And then finally, the last spider is going to go one more time as it reaches up and tries to bite into you, Malachi. I got a 15 for 7.
Push it away with
Thanks,
the
man.
shield.
Thanks. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Is 15 good enough?
Nope, I pulled my shield up and I just throw it back as it comes out.
And it lunges back to bite you one more time. You've got your shield up, you've bashed it in, you got your shield up again, and it's kind of pushing down, and you can see the pinchers coming down over around, and you're able to kind of push it back off and closer into Bran. Rivermire, you're still engaged in your webs.
You're welcome, Bran.
I'm going to strength check out.
Okay, got to beat a 12. Yeah, you're
And
good.
then, as a bonus action, can I stab?
Not as... No, not as a bonus action.
Okay.
I mean, do you have something that gives you a bonus action to make that attack?
I mean, rogues can go main hand bonus action. That's how I get my dagger and my rapier. But you said no. It's cool. I'm not mad.
Okay. That brings us over to Malachi. As you kind of push him off and into Bran.
All right. I will go ahead and whack the heck out of that thing again.
Yeah.
There you go.
Describe your killing
Taste
blow,
it.
sir.
Oh, right between all of its beady eyes. I just smash them to pulp, and I just keep going until there's nothing left.
Just... You kind of get on top, and you
Disgusting
guys can see the
creature.
ichor
Ugh.
flying against the sides of this kind of tight little section that you're in, this little hallway, if you will.
Back up, guys, and I take the flaming sphere and I roll it back and forth over all the corpses. Only way to be sure.
And you can
I try
kind
to
of
stay as close to the fire as
see a
I
little bit
can
of-
to kind of warm up.
sizzling
warm up.
pop from the skin, kind of just melting and kind of popping off from their shells as Malachi takes his fury out on the remaining ice spiders. And just a few moments later, Cesare comes around the corner, and Cesare, what you see is pretty much just Malachi furiously rolling a flaming sphere over, and kind of Bran and you just see Bran and Rivermeyer kind of backing up and giving him a little bit of space. Malachi is also again covered in ichor. And
Just a
there's
nice
several
layer on
areas
top of
along
the
the
floor.
wall that have been splattered with spider guts.
This whole time, I thought you guys were in trouble, but you're just here playing with bugs.
Yeah,
Very,
you should also know
very,
the smell is
very
indescribable.
Big bugs, and I'll have you know that the disgusting and the poisonous and the spiders, and I don't even like the small ones, let alone the big ones.
Am I feeling any effects from the poison?
Not anything further. You do feel a little woozy, but nothing serious. Like you
Alright.
feel like kind of like a little sick, but not enough to really like put you down or make you have to stop and rest or anything like that.
I probably like it because I'm a drunk.
Inspiration awarded to Rivermeyer for good roleplay in both this scene and the last scene.
What is this, Cody? Is this like water or
How much of this can you see?
like all of this?
Oh yeah, they didn't dynamically light any of this. This is caves.
Okay, so just the yellow parts.
Yes, that's the path that you're on. I guess
I'm
they
gonna,
just didn't feel like dynamically lighting any of this.
I'm gonna fling my rapier and make sure that it's cleaned off, and then my dagger I'm gonna actually take out a cloth and wipe down, and then sheath it back up. Oh, I guess
Alright.
I'm not gonna sheath it back up.
I'm not gonna have you guys move like square by square by square by square. If you want, I'm just gonna have one of you, Rivermeyer, since you're leading, move the torch. Everybody can see the torch, and then if anything else happens, I'll move all of you into where that area is.
All right, I just put my hand on Bran's shoulder and hit him with a cure wounds.
Okay, Bran, heal up for 8, my man.
Thanks. I was down 6, but great.
Well, it's not my
You
fault they rolled
metagaming
well.
bastard.
I saw you take
Cody-
some damage from the poison, you jerk.
I think I'm gonna go north.
Okay, you want to go north a little bit. So basically, you follow along the path a little bit longer, and then eventually you can kind of see the path break open a little bit, and there's kind of like a little wall. And in this room, let me kind of describe what you're seeing in this room. This is kind of obviously it's all natural caving, and the ceiling here kind of opens up a little bit into like kind of a 25-30 foot section, and there are, from what you can see when you first enter the room, a few rocky columns, maybe a few more behind, you're not sure. And the floor here is flattened out, and it's not really iced over as much here, so it's not really difficult terrain. in this section.
Okay.
But it is filled with translucent, shimmering, icy web. It is filled with webbing. And even though your elvish dark, your superior vision down here in a low light setting would pick this up, and you're kind of leading, as Cesare's torch kind of peeks over and around and is kind of shimmering along the ice, it's carrying much further. And as you kind of look into this, you can just see the light catching all of this webbing, just all over and about, from floor to ceiling. And again, the ceiling is roughly 30 feet high or so.
Cesare, can I see your torch real quick?
Yeah, you got it.
I start to burn the webs.
It takes a few moments,
Of
actually.
course, you of all people start burning something.
Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, my gosh. What is with Rivermeyer and torching shit? I'm
It's
scared.
not
Just burn it down.
Yeah, burn it, kill it, cut its throat. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about you burning down golden fields. I mean, who needs food supplies? And it takes a while, but eventually the webbing starts to catch fire. It doesn't spread like a typical fire does. It's so cold in here, and maybe it's the nature of the webs or how far out they're spread, but each section burns individually that you can put the torch up to, but it isn't really catching fire and spreading throughout the whole
That's
room.
okay. I wasn't trying to burn everything down. I was honestly trying to make it easier for us to see, because you said the light was just shining everywhere. So I'm just trying to make, I guess, if there's more patches of light of web burning and stuff like that, that it'd be easier to see, less like glimmering stuff in our eyes. And
at the back, kind of through this little area, this little section, you can kind of see some large clumps, some very, very large webbed structures.
Oh, well then I definitely want to investigate those, but I'll crack those open with my dagger.
So, in the first one, all of them you're going to crack open?
Yeah.
And so these are clearly cocoons. So there's 3 of them. The first one is, you can kind of see a little bit of, you can see a little bit of their face and a little bit of their feet. For the most part, they're totally cocooned over as far as their bodies go. The first one is just a really dilapidated corpse of a mountain goat. Yeah, it's not a pretty sight. The second one is a shorter humanoid figure. It's a shield dwarf, and you can see kind of coming out from either side of the cocoon just a little bit. Obviously, it looks like maybe it was clutching some form of a pickaxe. And then the last one is kind of a young woman, and she appears to be breathing.
Yeah, then I'm gonna clear off all the web from her. And like
See
call
her,
over
people.
like the party. Like I don't have healing spells. Like I don't know what that magic's about. I'm just gonna
And
go to
so-
come over.
Malachi and Cesare, being the casters, you hear his call, and you see a woman that is cocooned up and breathing.
Yeah, I'll hit her with a heal. Cure wounds.
Yeah, I'll help
She-
clear the webs and all that.
You guys are clearing away the webs, and Bran, are you keeping lookout? What are you doing during this time?
Yeah, I'm watching our backs.
Okay, so Bran, you're kind of, you got your axe out, and you're kind of just pacing a little bit, checking both directions, because it does appear that this tunnel is the way that you guys came in, and also another direction here.
Does she seem to be? Does she seem to be conscious, or is she unconscious?
She's totally unconscious.
And she's human, you said?
Yes, she's human. And as Bran, and as Cesare Malachi hit her with the heel, you kind of hover over her, and again you can feel your magic working with the weave, and you're trying to bring this life force back into her a little bit. She snaps open her eyes. And
Does
she
she look
doesn't
like a-
say anything.
Does she look like a barbarian?
She does. By the time you clear away her web or the cocoon that she's in and all the webbing, and you're kind of ripping it away and getting it out of her hair and getting it off, you can see that she's kind of has this wild appearance to herself, and she has these. She's dressed in kind of a warm furs, and she has a total barbarian feel and look to her. She's much more dirty than somebody who that is civilized, and even when they travel, they try to clean up a little bit. Her boots aren't as high of quality. They're made from a deer skin that's been wrapped up and with additional leather strapping and whatnot. She is without a doubt a barbarian tribe member.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you
Because
speak
she's-
common?
She's a human, and there's fucking disgusting, terrifying spider monsters around. Cesare gives her some fucking wine. She's been through a hard fucking ordeal.
And I ask if
Mallet-
she can speak common.
Yes.
Malachi is completely struck by her partially because of her dirtiness, and goes out of his way to kind of straighten his beard and his hair using, not intentionally, the spider ichor as
Partially
like
because
a
she
gel.
fogs a mirror.
And mostly because she fogs a mirror.
Um,
Well, hello. How are you doing? Do you come around here often?
Okay, I'm gonna just step in here and say that is a dick thing to say.
Well, I am chaotic evil. All right, no, I mean seriously. It's like, hey, are you okay?
Istamaka. Spiders. Spiders.
Yes.
we
They-
killed them. We killed them.
And she kind of recoils at you as you're kind of tending to her. And Cesare, when you go to hand her the wineskin, she just kind of...
Where's your tribe?
They're probably the ones we killed.
Istamandasanda. Efono Balainin.
Where?
Lost.
How
Nori. Nori lost.
Naughty.
Nori. Listen, we will help you get out of here, but you'll have to carry the torch for Cesare.
Were there about 12 companions? No. And a dragon?
Ma-
Because if so, we
Dragon?
haven't seen them.
Malachi.
Small dragon?
Nope, haven't seen them. Sorry.
It's okay. It's safe.
Istama Sandy! Istama Wormwood! Istama Sandy! You've seen my tribe.
Oh, is she looking at Brand's new axe?
No, his new amulet.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she is pointing at Brand's amulet. Istama Sandy Wormwood! Istama Sandy!
What is this word? Wormwood.
Great chief.
Yes.
There,
Ran is
She
a great
died
chief.
gloriously in battle. They were ambushed by spiders, and we
Yes.
fended them off.
It was spiders. They are everywhere.
Facinti? Spiders? Wormwood?
They've taken over the temple.
Give me a deception check, please.
God damn right we will. Hold on. I'm probably the best at this. Oh.
Oh my gosh, you lucky sons of bitches. Bran, you push with her. Can't believe that shit.
So if Cesare is helping him, then we win.
We were sent,
Wormwood is dead.
we're
Great
sent
chief
by
gone.
the Kraken tribe to rescue you.
She kind of looks over. Nori no Kraken.
I hold over my dagger. Him.
Great chief. And I
Hello.
point at the dagger.
The dagger. It is blessed by
Nori, leave this place.
shit. What's it called?
Dory, what do you know of this place? We will help you get out, but you must tell us what other dangers lurk.
Spiders. Nori knows about this place. All spiders dead.
Yeah,
Did you
just
come
She's
through
kind of
the-
looking down the hallway that Bran's standing in front of.
Yes,
Is that
yes,
the one that-
we killed them.
Yeah.
They're burning. We burned their bodies and everything. Not your people, the spiders, of course. If you want to leave, you'll have to follow us. I don't see you have a weapon, or the only way that you have.
Hempus.
Which way did you come from? Do you know?
Bryson. And she points kind of to the wall. Bryson.
Which wall?
Valley.
Valley.
Yes, we entered from there too. Again, if you want to continue to breathe and live, it's in your best nature to follow us. Before we continue, we have another companion. One that you may not like very much, but I promise you, he means
Companion.
friend, ally.
Ally.
Yes,
Nori
yes.
no ally.
Yeah, he's our ally. I promise you, when you see him, he won't hurt you. He's big.
He knows this place better than we. Come with us. We shall walk in Tempest.
She holds her hand out for the torch.
Yeah, I
Okay.
give it to her.
So, Cody, just to clarify, there are little chambers in this room, and we came from the bottom right passage, and there's another passage we have not gone down to the bottom left.
Correct.
Okay.
And that, gentlemen, is where we will end for the evening. You guys have just met Nori. And, wow. That was super fun for me. Anyways, I hope you guys had fun. For those of you watching on the stream or possibly on YouTube later, yeah, thanks for joining us, man. Hopefully you guys found it as much fun as we were having. We will be putting out more videos every week based on this game. I'm sorry we had more technical difficulties at the beginning, but hopefully all that stuff is worked out or will be worked out. And then we will be streaming here on Twitch, twitch.tv/Taking20 every Wednesday at roughly 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, maybe a few minutes before, maybe a few minutes behind. You can follow us on Twitter, and we'll post all that when we're getting ready to go live. But outside of that, thanks for hanging out with us, guys. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got. You guys want to say anything?
Peace.
Cool. Have a good night,
on the
folks.
sun, as Jesse would say.
All right, dudes. We'll catch you guys next time.